Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. It's me, Raul Alejandro Mendoza, or the Nerd Chicano. Either way, how you say it, it's all good here. And happy Wednesday, everybody. We're back again for another entry in our Between the Frames series as we continue looking at Krzysztof Kieślowski's Dekalog. And this one's, of course, from the Criterion collection. It's been our set that we've been looking at for the past couple of videos now on the channel. And today, like I explained before, we're going to take it a little different because usually we would just go next into Dekalog 6 and then we do 7, 8, 9, and 10 and then finish off with the last two if we were doing it in disc order. But I decided to do things a little different today, and after after Dekalog 5, we are going to be doing this film. So without further ado, we're discussing the expansion of Dekalog 5, aka a short film about killing. It's been a great journey so far through the Dekalog. I've been having fun, so I hope you all been having fun watching these videos. So if you like these videos, make sure you're gonna leave a like on this video and you leave that nice little thumbs up right there, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and you turn on your notification bell, so that way you can go ahead and get a notification whenever new videos come up on this channel and you don't miss a single lick of content that comes to this YouTube channel. Of course, if you want early access to videos like this and other Blu-ray reviews that I do, or 4K reviews, then go ahead and go to patreon.com/thenerdchicano and make sure you pledge to a tier, and you will instantly get early access to videos like this and upcoming videos that are available sometimes for weeks in advance. But of course, my friends, this is the expansion of Dekalog 5. This is the feature film version of Dekalog 5. And of course, like the last couple of videos, and since the first, we don't have an introduction for this film, so I'll just go ahead and recap. This is pretty much the same thing as Dekalog 5. There are some like added things and like some small changes in dialogue and some extra scenes added in there. There are changes to some of the narrative, I think one of the biggest changes you'll notice is actually the ending, because the ending in Dekalog 5. It ends the same way as in this film, but it ends a little differently. And I'll explain that a little more into the review of this film. But it's pretty much same film, same premise. Guy is this guy. He's wanders the streets and he's on trial, and the up-and-coming lawyer is trying his best to make sure that he get him freed from his jail sentence that is gonna happen. And yeah, pretty much the same thing as Dekalog 5. It starts a little different. It doesn't start exactly like Dekalog 5, but this one opens onto the killer instead of the lawyer. But I think that it has some changes that you're going to notice, of course, because it is a longer version. You are going to notice changes. But overall, the narrative is pretty much still the same. It's just an expanded version of the last film that we talked about. I like this movie, for sure. I'll put that out there right now. I like this movie. It has the same score as Dekalog 5. It's a 4 out of 5. I preferred this one, though, over Dekalog 5. And I'm going to go ahead and say why. It's because I think this balances the characters a little more. Whereas in Dekalog 5, you kind of heard me say that we kind of don't know who to concentrate on more. We tend to give more time to the killer, and then the lawyer kind of feels like he's there to do his job, of course, but there's nothing like emotional challenges and, some development to the character. Whereas in this film, in the short film about killing, that's not the case. Both characters are balanced out really well, and I think that is especially helped by those extra 28 minutes that are given in this film, because you're able to give a little more development to the lawyer, but also give a little more room to the killer to kind of spend just a little bit of extra time while being able to develop the lawyer as well. I love this. I like this movie a lot. That's the only reason I would put this above Dekalog 5, but overall, I'm pretty much feeling the same way as I felt about Dekalog 5. I think this movie has such interesting themes and conversations to have regarding the death penalty and about death row and just state-sanctioned violence. And I think that pretty much carries the same weight of just having great performances, great cinematography, and I was amazed to find out that the look of this film wasn't even Krzysztof Kieslowski's idea. It was actually his cinematographer who worked on Dekalog 5, who would only do the film under the condition that he would kind of give it this like green look. And I was just fascinated by that, by reading that, because I think ultimately the world of Dekalog 5 in a short film about killing needs to have this very ugly look to it, this very green ugly look to it, that looks like society has collapsed and society is at this point where there is no care for how we look and how our world looks. And that just goes to show in this film how it amplifies the atmosphere of a short film about killing. So overall, I pretty much like this a little more than Dekalog 5, but I did think this was better when it comes to just the way that it handles the narrative. But ultimately, I still think it has a bit of its problems within the pacing and just overall what else it's trying to discuss within the film, and being able to have a little bit more of a conversation on environments are creating people like this. And I think that it gives a little bit of a look into that it wants to talk about that, but it's like there's something else grander that I'm trying to talk about, like the death penalty, that needs to be discussed more. And ultimately, it doesn't feel like a really cohesive film like some of the other ones that I've watched in this set. I watched this the same way that I watched Dekalog 5 on my Panasonic 4K player, on my TCL 4K TV, and this is pretty much the same restoration that was given to Dekalog 5. So I'm gonna just pretty much say that it looks great. Audio and video look and sound amazing. There's no difference between Dekalog 5 and a short film about killing when it comes to these restorations. It's pretty much the same look, and I just appreciated being able to make sure that they continue to give the same work to both the feature and the shorter version of this film. There's nothing new that I can really give you all, because of course this is the same movie, it's just expanded. So once again, just same idea. I love the green look to the film, the yellow, the look of the city and everything is just highlighted so well by the video restoration, and the audio restoration sounds wonderful. They did a great job of being able to preserve the audio quality, but being able to give it a good cleanup, and it sounds fantastic. Nothing really big difference here between the two. You're looking at pretty much your standard same film from the shorter version to this feature-length one. So ultimately, I can just say that I love this film and I love this restoration. And if I had the choice to choose between Dekalog 5 or a short film about killing, I would go with a short film about killing, because I think this just does the narrative better justice. And I think that is just easily the more interesting approach to the discussion about the death penalty. But overall, this film is incredible. It's another master work from Krzysztof Kieslowski, where he just showcases his incredible talents as not just a director, but an incredible storyteller. And I'm glad that I was able to watch this finally, because this had been on my watch list for a while now. And of course, I give it a 4 out of 5 on my Letterboxd. And yeah, I can't say much anymore, y'all. I really like this movie, and I hope you all can check it out too. To keep up to date with me on all things social media, make sure you follow me at the Nerdy Chicano on everything like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Serialized, and Letterboxd. Go ahead and follow me all on those platforms and talk with me. I would love to talk with you all, and especially would love to talk to you all in the comments as well. So make sure you're leaving a comment so we can talk about the film that we just talked about, short film about killing, or talk about whether you like this restoration, do you like Dekalog 5 a little more. Just let me know and we'll talk about it in the comments. And of course, keep up to date with all the things that I do on the Nerdcore by visiting thenerdcore.com. That's our one-stop shop for everything that we do on the Nerdcore Podcast Network, and that's our website, so go check it out for reviews, our podcast episodes, our interviews, all of that wonderful stuff is on there. It's a nice little space where you're able to find everything related to our content. And next week, we will be looking at Dekalog 6 before we can talk about a short film about love. And I'm excited because this is actually the first time I'm going to watch Dekalog 6. I've only watched I've only ever seen a short film about love. So I've never seen the shorter version of this film. So I'm very excited to talk about it once I get to watch it. Now, My wonderful cinephiles and renowned scholars. Celebrate the love of cinema. Today, tomorrow, and every day after. I'll catch you all on the next one, guys.